All right. I'm partially blind at the moment, but
Oh, you mistakenly looked at the lights.
I did.
You can't look at the lights. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards Gen 2, Episode 101.
Whew.
That sounds really weird saying.
101.
Do you say it 101 or is it 101? Like,
I think 101 sounds better.
it's not a Dalmatian movie, so I can't say 101. That's all I can think about now is the 101 Dalmatians. I've ruined the show. That's all I can think about. Start over. We got to give up. No, I'm just kidding. So it is episode 101. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. I do want to, before we get the show rocking and rolling, I want to say happy birthday to the king, Richard Petty.
It's crazy.
He's 87 years old today.
It's crazy he's still alive.
Hey, man, don't curse him.
I'm not, but
I had lunch yesterday with a guy who was 94.
well, I hope Richard Petty lives to be that old. That'd be cool.
He's the king, man. He's got to be around forever, right? Super nice guy. If you've never met Richard, super nice guy, very approachable. He'll take the time to talk to anybody fan-wise. So if you haven't met him and you get a chance to meet him, definitely take up that opportunity. What else is new with you?
Yeah, spent the weekend over a couple of my friends. Lots of good times. Got thrown in a pond, a couple of bug bites, all good stuff.
Bug bites from the pond?
No, it's just they're kind of all over my arms.
That's what happens when you sleep on a trampoline.
Oh yeah, that was fun. It was nice and hot outside.
Tried sleeping in a Honda Accord, didn't work out, so we moved to the trampoline.
Yeah.
I ought to be young.
Although I'll give the Accord a solid 6 on the comfortable rating. It was the heat that killed it.
Hey, when I was your age, we were sleeping in wheelbarrows, so the fact that you actually had a car to get into was way ahead of where we would have slept at.
Yeah.
Bushes.
The car only lasted an hour. That, man, it was hot. It was like,
yeah, I don't even know how you did the trampoline in this heat. I mean, it's hot right now, guys. Like,
yeah.
I don't know where you like, if you live in Antarctica, you don't understand the oppressing heat that we're dealing with right now in America, but it's hot.
And especially in the South. No, with the trampoline, me and my buddy, we took our shirts, doused them in cold water, and slept with them on our face.
You'd have to.
Oh yeah, no, we needed that.
You needed one of those cool suits.
Yeah,
like the drivers wear.
That's exactly what
or like needed. TJ wears now.
Yeah.
So TJ Majors wears a cool shirt as a spotter, and he's got a cooler. Put ice water in the cooler, and it circulates. Got a pump, circulates that cold water through his shirt. Huh. He actually told us the brand on this week's episode of DBC, so I looked it up. How much do you think a cool shirt for a spotter cost?
$2,300.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually?
I mean, it's like $22.88 or something like that.
Dude.
So you're all over it.
What a guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of crazy that you started out with the right guess. I have this written down nowhere. It's not like he's even seen it. This is just, I looked this up before the show today because TJ was talking about it on DBC. I think it's cool. Apparently, he said like surgeons and stuff wear these shirts to keep them cool during surgery so they can, I guess, focus better while they're cutting you open.
I mean, whatever helps.
So
if you're cutting me open, if that's what you need, go right ahead.
If you need a cool shirt,
go right ahead.
I don't think it's the same as what I guess this isn't the same as what the drivers wear though.
Because there's just like a whole suit.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a whole suit or if it's just a shirt. I really don't.
Huh.
I think it's just a shirt. I mean, TJ said he didn't say he was cold, but he said he was comfortable on the roof. I think he wanted to say he was cool at times, which I mean, if you can think about it, and you're out in 100-degree heat, sun bearing down on you, and you've got cold water rushing over you.
Whew, sounds good.
It could be chilly. If it's like that for 5 hours, I guess you could be considered cold. So
yeah,
nice. We don't need a cool shirt in here. It's like nice and 68 degrees and chilling in the studio now.
We've spent enough time working on this studio. It better be cool in here.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, me and Jamie recorded last summer in here, and it was like 88, 90 degrees. Jamie wears glasses, so I would look over at Jamie about mid-show, and you could see the sweat building up at the bottom of his glasses where they sit on his face. Like, that's how hot I could tell how hot it was in the show by Jamie's glasses. Like,
how much sweat is building.
He's getting water in his eyes. Like, oh, it's getting hot. But then again, we've done this show when it's like 31. We did this show over the winter where we had to have hand warming packets. I would put 2 in my hand and 1 in each shoe.
Yeah, I mean, I remember y'all complaining about it every time y'all come in from recording.
Oh, it was cold. It was either miserably cold or miserably hot.
Yeah.
We basically had like maybe 3 months of comfortable weather.
That sounds about right.
That's how we roll in the South.
That's right.
It's either really cold or most of the time it's really hot.
Yeah, it's more hot than it is cold.
So before we jump into everything, we're going to mention Designs by Sydney. Make sure you check out Designs by Sydney. She makes these custom hand-drawn stickers just like you see right here. She also does logos, T-shirts, pretty much anything else you can think of that you need for your business or personal use. Anything you need graphic design needs for, Sydney's got you covered. So definitely make sure you check out Designs by Sydney. You know, she's got you covered. She told me yesterday she's working on my Buffalo Bills Josh Allen sticker this week. So hopefully when I do this in a few weeks, you'll see Josh Allen right here in the middle. That's the hope, at least. So right now, it's a new month. If you use CAR724 at checkout, you get free shipping on your next order. So make sure you don't forget that code. It's CAR724. And if you haven't been voting on the which race is the best poll, each week Sydney puts out a poll for which race is the best. This week, between Cup, Truck, and Xfinity, Cup Series actually won the best race of the week poll. So I have to agree. Yes. I voted for the Cup race this week. So, like I said, if you haven't checked out Design by Sydney, make sure you check her out. Her website is right here. And don't forget to use the code that's right here. So, you like that?
I do.
I'm working on my advertising skills, like right here, right here.
It's like, you know, when you're watching Disney Channel, and you're watching Disney Channel. Da, 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 da.
Okay. I was actually thinking more of like Clint Boyer trying to circle the car on the teleprompter.
Oh, yeah.
Where he misses, like, here's the car. Nope, it's over here now.
Never mind.
Really sad. It's right here.
It's like the weatherman.
Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started on weatherman. Like, to be a weatherman would probably be the easiest job in the world because you don't have to be right whatsoever.
No.
I looked at the weather this morning. It's cloudy, overcast. You couldn't see the sky anywhere, blue anywhere in the sky. I look out the window and I look at the weather and it's like it's going to be rainy and overcast all day. After lunch, the clouds disappeared.
It was a clear sky.
There's not a cloud in the sky currently.
No.
So he was wrong again. And guess what? He still has a job tomorrow.
Yeah.
He can literally be wrong 7 days a week and still have a job the next week.
Man, what a job.
It's amazing. Like, to be part of the media, you don't even have to be correct.
We've known that.
All right, let's jump into some racing hot takes. You ready?
Let's do it.
So first, before we get into the on-track stuff, we're going to start with some off-track news. First up, Hailie Deegan is out of her Xfinity ride for the Chicago race, possibly the rest of the season.
There's a shocker.
You look at her Twitter profile, she no longer has any affiliations with the team. So news is Joey Logano, he will be filling in for her this weekend at Chicago. So
lucky guy.
So I guess it doesn't surprise you that Deegan's out?
No, not at all.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, look, they changed series. She wasn't doing good in the truck series. So like, oh, maybe it's the truck series. Let's put her in the Xfinity series.
Nope.
Wasn't doing good in the Xfinity series. They've changed spotters. They've changed crew chiefs.
Doesn't matter.
What's left to change?
The driver.
That's it.
And
So if Joey Logano goes to Chicago and wins the race, then we know it was completely Haley Deegan.
Which, wouldn't shock me.
I don't think he will. SVG's out there.
Oh, yeah. No, SVG is going to be hard to beat, especially on a road course.
SVG's going to lock up the Xfinity win. I don't know. I guess he's racing in the Cup race. I honestly didn't even think to look, but
I've seen like NASCAR promoting a lot. I've seen a lot of SVG.
Hopefully,
past couple of days.
Hopefully he's in the Cup race then. Cause
yeah, I mean, come on, he's got to come defend his title.
I would love to see him win 2 years in a row because that would just make the Cup Series drivers feel that much worse about it.
I know, right?
I mean, if you remember last season after he won, everybody was like,
"How?
How did he do that?" And we know how he did it.
Yeah,
he's better on a street course.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he's better in the next gen car than he is the Xfinity car.
On an oval, on a road course style track.
On both, just in general, I think the next gen car probably drives a little bit closer to what he's used to driving.
Fits his style better.
Yeah,
probably. All right, so other news, we got tomorrow the Wood brothers will be announcing their new driver for 2025 as Josh Berry. I just let that slip. I don't want to tell the biggest secret in NASCAR this week. Every week it's like, oh, we got the biggest secret in NASCAR.
No.
Like Josh Berry's been seen at Woods Brothers Racing. We know Ford wants to do everything they can to keep him.
Yeah.
What kind of surprised me is the rumor mills leave Rodney Childers out.
Yeah, which is just absolutely shocking.
I really thought they would try to keep Josh and Rodney together. Now, the announcement hasn't been made. Nothing's for 100%. We could get up tomorrow morning and be like, yeah, the new driver of the 21 is Ryan Preece. I doubt it. I'm pretty confident in my guess that it's going to be Josh Berry, but nevertheless, we'll know for sure tomorrow. I think they said 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. I've noticed the teams like to make the announcements for their new driver usually 1 to 2 days after Twitter announces it.
Oh, yeah.
That seems to be the growing trend.
Yeah, we'll let Twitter announce it first, and then we'll officially announce it.
That's usually Jordan Bianchi announces it a week early, and then 2 or 3 days early, Adam Stern and the rest of the guys are like, hey, guess what? And then Jeff Gluck, like the day before, retweets Bianchi's tweet, like, hey, look, Jordan said, and then the next day is the official announcement. It's like, we already knew this. Like,
right.
It's not even a good announcement anymore.
No, it's completely ruined.
But I think it's great. I love this. I mean, you got an iconic number, the 21 at Wood Brothers Racing. I mean, it's all an iconic team, iconic number, iconic paint scheme. Everything's iconic about this ride. And here we go. You got grassroots racer Josh Berry getting in that car. To me, that's
pretty cool.
You couldn't ask for a better scenario.
Yeah.
I don't think that car is as good as where he's currently at, but
who knows?
Then again, that is like the fourth Penske car, technically.
Yeah, so I mean,
maybe it's better.
Maybe we're going to see a little uptake in Josh Berry's performance. That'd be cool.
That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Like,
I would love to see Josh Berry run a little bit better.
Oh, no doubt.
He is.
I'd like to see him win.
Yeah, I do too. I would too.
I really
thought we were going to see it last week.
I did too. I thought we were going to see it this weekend. Josh was running good this weekend until the chaos ensued, and then he just couldn't survive it. So, other news, you got Hooters found out they're not currently meeting their obligations to HMS, so they're no longer a partner of HMS.
Do we know what those obligations were?
Money, probably. It's got to be. Like, the Hooters franchises are closing right and left.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they can't, with inflation and everything else going on in the world, they just can't afford to keep them open.
Yeah.
And people aren't going there to eat. I mean, their chicken wings, they're not the best. I mean, they're not bad. They don't have bad wings. I can't say they have bad wings because their wings are actually good. When we lived in Alabama, that's actually where I bought hot wings from. It's not my place necessarily, but I do like their wings. So it sucks that they're out of NASCAR too, because I mean, to me, Hooters goes back to the Alan Kowicki days, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like a throwback to him. When I see Chase Elliott with the Hooters car, it's like a nod to Alan Kowicki for me. So hate to see him go, but Hey, if you can't pay your bills,
Right.
if I don't pay the light bills, we're recording this show in the dark.
I say we don't got lights, so
I mean, you don't pay your sponsorship bill.
you ain't sticking at HMS.
Andy Petrie has retired effective immediately last Wednesday. He is no longer executive vice president at RCR. He was overseeing competition and some other things there, and now he's out. Not surprised the way RCR is run all season, but I can tell you I did not have Andy Petrie leaving RCR on my 2024 bingo card. It kind of surprised me. He's been there. I mean, he's been at like since the 80s. I think he's been at RCR. He left for a little while, did some TV stuff, and came back. But I mean, he was there in the Dale Earnhardt days.
Been there a long time.
Him and Earnhardt ran together for a long time. So it's not. I don't think that Andy Petrie is necessarily the fix, but in corporate America, this is exactly how it happens. And I don't think that RCR is run much different than corporate America. So in corporate America, when a company's doing bad, usually the first person to go is the VP. Basically, your VP is your fall guy. If you're doing really good, it's like, look at our VP. He's doing great.
Yeah.
And look how great we are, too. And if everything's bad, it's like, we're great. Our VP sucks. He's got to go. And that's the first guy out. I mean, I've actually known quite a few VPs in corporations, and every time, give them 2 or 3 bad years in a row, dude's out. RCR, they couldn't even do 2 or 3 bad years in a row for Andy Petrie. He's just out. Half a season, you're out.
Wow.
I hope this is the beginning of RCR's changes, though.
Yeah, they need it.
I'm saying, no, I mean like changes structurally. I still stick by what I've said on this show numerous times. Austin Dillon needs to go.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we see that every week.
I mean, where did he finish at?
Who knows?
Week? I got it right here. 32nd.
32nd.
He has an average finish this year of like 32nd, I think.
I think so.
That's not a lie. Not just because he finished 32nd this week, but seriously. His average finish this year is in the 30s. He's way back there in the points.
He doesn't have a chance.
I think he's got guys ahead of him in the points who haven't even run a full season. Corey Heim might be ahead of him in the points. I'm just kidding. I know Corey Heim's not. That's my boy, though. I like Corey Heim.
I do. Hated to see him get caught up in the mess.
Well, he's a hometown guy for me.
Yeah.
He's from Marietta, Georgia. Marietta, Georgia is 45 minutes here. From me. Dahlonega is 2 hours from here.
Yeah.
So Corey Heim's more of a hometown boy for the Atlanta crowd than Chase Elliott.
Oh, yeah.
Chase, you better watch out. You got some competition from the Georgia people.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Corey Heim. Like I said, hated to see him get caught up in all the chaos this week, but
he looked good until then.
Yeah. And he's looked good every time he's been in that Cup car.
That's because he stays out of crap.
He's smart.
He's smart enough to stay out of the squirrel's nest.
Yeah, he's smarter than Austin Cindric.
Yeah, he's smarter than Hocever. So, yeah. Mid-race, NBC decided to change the channel. This didn't affect me. I was watching the race. Now, it affected John here.
Yeah.
Because he could not come home. He was, like you said, he was hanging out with some friends at church. They had a big night Sunday night. I watched the race. He didn't get to watch it live. He had to wait. Luckily, YouTube put it out this morning.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Do I think NBC should be allowed to change the race mid-race? Change the channel mid-race? It's not my call.
Right.
I will never win that battle over a TV producer.
Yeah.
The TV production wins every time. We've talked about it on this show. TV is king. TV runs the sport. Who runs NASCAR? Fox and NBC. We already know this. So I don't like it. It sucks. If you're recording the race, it really does suck. You're going to miss the end of it. 7:30 hard. They went from NBC to USA Network. I'll be completely honest. I was about 30 minutes behind from live. And Sydney sent me a message on Twitter saying something like, I hate when they change the channel mid-race. And I'm like, oh, crap. I had to change the channel. So I got caught up, luckily. But luckily, we do some caution flags and things like that. I was able to catch up. But still, I don't like when they do it because people do miss out on it. But then again, I understand the reason and why. Like, the race went over.
Definitely
by
went
a
over.
lot.
Yeah.
NBC would have probably just pulled the plug and we'd have missed the end of the race if they wouldn't have moved channels. So,
Oh, yeah.
to all you Law and Order SVU fans, I'm sorry that we interrupted mid-episode because I turned it over and Law and Order's on. I mean, that's USA basically is the Law and Order channel.
Yeah.
All day,
true.
Law and Order SVU. All day. That's it. Oh, we got some racing. Let's interrupt it. And I know there were some 70, 80-year-old women out there like, they interrupted my Law and Order for these cars. You know, somebody was mad.
I'm sure.
And I apologize for that. I hate that for you, but
You got to watch your racing.
Here's the thing. If you're going to do that mid-race, I think they should put the full race replay on YouTube that night.
Yeah, because I didn't know if I was even going to be able to watch the race before this show.
Yeah, and that was going to be weird recording this podcast because I watched the 20-minute highlights too.
I did as well.
And you miss a lot. Like, you know, you just watched the whole race. So
yeah, I did.
Versus that 20-minute highlight, there was a lot you didn't miss.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the race, was the Nashville Cup a good race?
I thought it was a great race.
I voted yes on the poll. What do you think the fans had to say about it?
See, I'm really torn because from what I saw a very exciting race. I saw some good racing. You know, Denny didn't win. Larson got back at Denny. I think that's at least worth like 5 points. You know, people are mad at Denny. But I mean, overall, it was good racing. We had a crazy finish to the race, 5 overtimes. But I've seen a lot of people mad about the race. So
I'm probably going to go off on a rant at some point about all these people who are mad about the race. So just pre-warning everybody.
So originally, I probably would have given this race like, you know, one of my favorite numbers, an 88, because I thought it was good. I personally think it's like high 80s, maybe even 90s, but I'm gonna go with I don't know. I'm gonna go with a 72%.
72 exact. 72% said yes this week.
Wait, what? I'm right?
Yeah, 72 exact. You're spot on.
That's 2 for 2 today. That's 2 for 2.
You pointed out. Yeah, 72 said yes, 28 said no. I'm not surprised by this, not today. Yesterday morning when I voted, I was really surprised that there's like 5,000 votes already, and we're at 73% yes, 27 no. I was really surprised by that. I'm like, wow, I really thought it would be higher, but it's not. So, because I thought it was a stage 1, you know, but stage 2, weather moving in, it got a little more exciting. Come back from red flag, and it was like they lost their minds.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody drove a little harder after the red flag because we started seeing people spin out for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Austin Cindric and then the chaos that ensued after that. I'm okay with all of it.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard spotters complaining and drivers complaining that we should be embarrassed that this took so long to finish. Yeah, maybe you should be. But that doesn't change the fact that it was entertaining. Like,
very entertaining.
I didn't hate what I saw Sunday. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. And like I was telling you before the show started, if I didn't have a preference on who I wanted to win, because, you know, we're not big Logano fans around here. So, shocker, I know, it's not very common knowledge. But if I didn't have a preference, I would be very happy with the product I saw.
Joey Logano winning the race yesterday. I've never said this in my life.
Oh,
Joey Logano winning the race yesterday did not bother me because I was thoroughly impressed by what him and Paul Wolfe did.
That is true.
Like, I didn't think there was any way possible they could make that race.
I mean, every restart, it's like,
here they go.
They're going to run out of fuel. Yeah, okay. They're definitely running out of fuel. Nope. Okay. They have to. No. Okay. He
still
won the
did
race.
A burnout.
Yeah. Still got a burnout.
Not much of a burnout. But
he did like 2 360s.
Yeah, I mean, and for a guy out of gas, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good race. Stage one started a little shaky, but if we didn't have stage breaks, you would never know. I mean, I've been watching old races. I've had to go back and start watching old races because every week I get on this show and I complain about the booth, whether it's NBC or Fox. I complain.
I actually mind the booth this week.
I didn't either. But I think so. I watched 2004 Bristol night race and the 2004 Atlanta race. Man, racing at Atlanta in 2004 was not very entertaining.
Yeah, old Atlanta never was.
I mean, within like 10 laps, they were lapping cars, and not just Buckshot Jones. They were lapping other, like, more than one car. It was just multiple cars. 50, 60 laps in, you got half the field a lap down, and that was old Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it to watch the racing. I really just hit play and listened. And the biggest difference between what we have now and what we had then, back then, these drivers were larger than life. They had personalities that were massively huge. You had drivers who hated each other, openly hated each other. I mean, Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch, their open rivalry and hatred for each other was phenomenal back in the day. So you had all these big personalities. You had good old boys out there, blue-collar, hard-working guys, earn their ride from building cars in their garage to racing in NASCAR. That is all gone now.
Yeah, you don't get that no more.
I mean, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, probably the last two out there on the track, and Brad Keselowski, who came up through the short track ranks, who earned their way into NASCAR.
Right.
Everybody else bought their way into NASCAR. I apologize if I've offended your driver or offended you because of your favorite driver, but they bought their way into the sport. NASCAR has eliminated personalities. If you have a personality, you will be fined, you will be suspended, you will be docked points.
Yeah.
Teams, they don't want to lose points. Ross Chastain's interview yesterday when he got out of the car, prime example of personality eliminated.
Yeah.
That was the most boring, plain Jane interview ever. He's like, we're happy. Good race. Good guys. Love everybody.
Like, dude, you just got spun out for the win. Like,
he didn't even roll his eyes.
No. I thought he was going to be mad. I thought he was going to be angry. I expected that is what it was.
NASCAR has done this. This is not the booth. This is not Jeff Burton's fault. This is Rick Allen. I mean, Rick and Mike Joy are kind of on the same level, and there's like a 40-year age difference. But Rick Allen, this ain't his fault. Steve Letarte, this ain't his fault. Clint, Kevin, Mike, this ain't their fault. This is NASCAR's fault. NASCAR has eliminated the boys have at it. They've eliminated the personalities. I mean, you got these guys in cars who, no offense, but they were probably goobers growing up. They weren't the cool kids.
Yeah.
They were driving a car because they weren't the cool kids. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not making fun of them for that. I'm just pointing out they didn't have a big personality probably growing up either. So with NASCAR eliminating that personality completely, and then you're Rick Hendrick, Joe Gibbs, Roger Penske's always been anti-personality.
Yeah, that's true.
But, those team owners are like, no, guys, we're not losing points because y'all say something or do something stupid with your personality. I mean, lose it.
You say all that,
but I think it's ruined the booth.
I agree. But you say all that, and I think back to, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, even Logano. All these guys, well, not really Keselowski, but all these guys have really, the fans don't like them, but they have the biggest personality in the sport. Could you imagine NASCAR right now without Denny, without Logano, without Kyle Busch?
Brad's got a big personality.
Brad does, but he's not as hated as
he used to be. He's coming around. Yeah, team owner Brad, team owner Denny have gained them some fans. But no, I mean the sport would be completely boring. I mean, the Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin non-rivalry.
Right.
It's like we can't play that up. they can't either because NASCAR will penalize them for playing it up. So they have to be boring about it. And in turn, the booth has nothing to talk about. Like, so in the 2004 Bristol night race booth, just listening to it, they talk a little faster with a little more excitement than our current booth does, but that's about it. And I feel like they have more interaction, more conversation going on between pit road, the guys in the booth. There was just more interaction, more back and forth. They have more things to talk about because they have more rivalries and personality on the track. So
Yeah.
I don't know that I hate the booth as much as I did last week after I've put in some homework on some old races. They're doing the best they can with the little bit that NASCAR is giving them. That's what I'm saying. The product on the track, it's just no better or worse, really. Like, it's better in some ways and worse in other ways. I mean, it is what it is. We have a long season. Not every race is going to be a Game 7 moment.
Right.
We want it to be, but
it just doesn't work like that.
Some races are going to suck. Some races are going to have a lot of chaos. Some races are going to be good old-fashioned, clean, hard racing. Some races are going to be Phoenix.
Yeah, and there's not a category for Phoenix.
No.
That's just Phoenix.
That's below. It sucks. That's Phoenix. And Richmond's actually getting there with it, too. So
man.
We just need to run those races with the sprinklers on, I guess, which is stupid, too. It's the only way to fix a short track's a sprinkler. Get rid of it.
Yeah, we need to change something. But speaking of rivalries, you talk about Denny and Larson, and we've been talking about personalities. It makes me realize how the Denny and Larson rivalry is so perfect. You've got Denny, this very outspoken, sometimes a little hot-tempered guy, and Larson, who's arguably the best driver in the world right now, just cool, calm, collected. And you've got both these guys going at it. It makes for great entertainment.
The rivalry between these two, they need to fight. I want to see them get out of the car, just maybe not throw hands, maybe just get in each other's face. I could see Denny just poking Kyle in the forehead, and Kyle poking him in the chest because I think Kyle's a little shorter. Maybe not. I don't know. I've never seen them stand side by side, but just have them screaming at each other, even if it ain't real. Play it up. Like, NASCAR needs a rivalry so bad.
Well, could you imagine if they did play that up there, the Denny versus Larson rivalry? That'd be so good.
It would be phenomenal. Rumor has it, Denny might have admitted there's a rivalry on his show this week.
Yeah, I know.
I saw a short. That's all I'm saying. I haven't listened to his show yet, but I saw a short talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, last week he's like, "What rivalry? What are you talking about?"
Denny literally wrecks Kyle every week.
I know.
Or gets into him every week. So, what rivalry? The one that you've created, Denny. That's the rivalry we were referring to. So, let's jump into the race stuff. Stage 1, kind of uneventful.
Yep.
Honestly, during stage 1, I was like, man, has Nashville lost its luster? What's going on here? But it's early. You can't win the race on lap 1.
Right.
You can lose it, but you can't win it on lap 1. So I gave it a pass. Stage 1 is almost the stage where you can just skip nowadays.
Yeah.
Stage 2 showed a lot more side-by-side racing than stage 1. You had Ty Gibbs get loose, spin out. You had John Hunter Nemechek do what John Hunter Nemechek does, got loose and hit the wall.
Yep.
I mean, you can count on John Hunter. Christopher Bell, he won that stage as well. He won stage 1 and stage 2 yesterday.
Going for the sweep.
After they came back, so we had a rain delay.
Yep.
Or
red flag.
Lightning delay, then a rain delay, whatever you want to call it. We had a storm delay. Red flag comes out in the middle of stage 2. Thankfully it did, because they would have probably tried to call it. I don't know. That rain moved through quick. So
yeah, it did.
Even if it would have been at the end of stage 2, I think they would have got it back green. But I'm glad it happened when it did. That made the racing before the red flag a little better. You saw them kind of ratchet it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The intensity level. After the red flag, they were like on 10 the whole day.
I know. It was crazy.
How do we get that kind of energy from lap 1 to lap 300? Like, what do we got to do to make that happen? Do we need a threat of rain the whole race?
I don't know. Because, I mean, it makes sense, though. Because, like you said, you can lose a race on lap 1, but you can't win it. So, it makes sense that they're not going. They're not on 10 for the first 100 laps of this 300 lap race. So I don't know what you do to bring up the intensity in stage 1.
So in between stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3, Denny decided that he was mad at Kyle Larson. And he starts just hitting him. Boom, boom. And the whole time, I guess it was his crew chief. I'm not 100% sure who it was talking to him. It was either his crew chief or his spotter. And they're like, stop it. Denny, we're going to win this race. Stop it. Stop. Denny, stop it. Stop it, Denny. Stop it. Sounded like a mom screaming at her kid at the grocery store.
Denny, no. I said stop.
1. 2, if I get to 10, Denny. 2.
If I get to 11, we're done.
Denny, I'm at 7. I mean, he just constantly just bam, bam. And this is under caution. I got no problem with it. Thought it was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah.
Let's have some more drama. You know, I'm team chaos. I'm tired of being bored during races.
Right.
Like, we're never going to have good side-by-side hard racing. These guys get side-by-side hard racing. The third place guy goes around them.
Yeah.
Or if they touch, one of them wrecks. This car, you're never going to have late model stock racing style races in the next gen car.
Yeah.
The only kind of action we're going to get is what we got Sunday. So I'm team chaos. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Bring it on.
More of it.
I want rivalries. I want fighting. I want, you name it, I want it. If we have to have 5 green, white checkers every once in a while, I love it. I'm here for it. You have entertained me. You can't say that all season.
Right.
It's the first time I've said that all season. Like, instead of having 3 or 4 good races a year, let's have some entertainment. Give us some storylines.
Yeah.
I want to see Larson tackle Denny Hamlin. Just line him up, tackle him, take him to the ground, roll around, whatever.
Gosh, Larson getting mad at Denny would just be, it'd be so out of character, but that would be what makes it so good. I
just don't see it because Bubba tried to fight Larson a couple years back, and he just looked like a big bully pushing him around. Larson said, "Stop it! I'm not. That's what I mean. I'm not going to throw a fist at you."
That's what I mean, though. Like,
I'll let you push me around.
Larson versus Denny would just be insane. It'd be amazing.
I mean, Larson's got to do something, right?
You would think so. I mean, he did a little bit on the track towards the end of the race.
Tiny bit. Not even enough to make Denny know he was there, though.
No.
He tried. He overtried.
Yeah.
And then
Chastain. And then,
he suffered for that overtry.
Yeah. But yeah, Larson, he's got Denny is just running all over Larson right now.
It's sad.
I mean, Denny,
it's like a high school bully beating up on a little kid.
It's the senior beating up on the freshman.
Taking his lunch money.
Yeah, because I mean,
because he's doing nothing.
Right, Larson is not retaliating at all. I mean, okay, maybe a little bit. He's like, he said no. He said no once, and that was about it. But
the only way to stop a bully is to knock his teeth out. I'm just saying that a bully does not like somebody who fights back. Gosh. They just want to run somebody over like Denny's running. I'm here for this now. Don't think I'm chastising either one of these drivers.
No.
Like, I want Larson to step up, though, but I don't want Denny to stop. I love Denny like this. This is like, thank you, Denny. Again, thank you, Denny.
I need that thanks, Denny.
We're going to have to get you a sticker that says thank you, Denny.
Sydney, you might have to work something up here.
Yeah. John might need a thanks, Denny sticker to go with my Josh Allen sticker.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, like, Denny has created a storyline. Even if, I don't even know if Kyle knew there was a rivalry. I think Denny's like, I need a rivalry with somebody. And since we're the best 2 running drivers.
Why not? Gosh, could you imagine, like, just seeing Larson, racing Denny and just have enough and wreck him, spin him around, and then goes on and takes the win away from Denny?
That'd be amazing.
It would.
Because Denny's done that to him. Pocono comes into mind.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Denny's won races after wrecking Larson. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, oh, man.
I mean, NASCAR on the NBC booth yesterday, they were just showing replay after replay of Denny running into Kyle.
I know.
They don't have replays of Kyle running into Denny.
No.
I don't even know what Denny does to make Kyle does to make Denny mad every week.
I think Denny just likes...
I think he's got a timer set on his watch. And it's going beep, beep, beep. Nope. Find Larson. Where's he at? Here he comes. Oops.
And I love it. I want more of it.
I do too. I want a lot more of it. Give me a huge dose of Denny and Larson fighting, and I'm happy.
Yes.
Not fist fighting, just what they're doing now.
Yeah.
But I want to see Larson retaliate some more. And you know what? I also want to see NASCAR stay out of it.
For real.
Like, if you can't watch it without saying something, don't watch. You know what? I want NASCAR to treat it like they're cautions. Ignore them. We got a green flag cycle going on, pit stops, and there's cars spinning on the track. What are we going to do? I don't see nothing. You see anything? Nope. I mean, that's what I want NASCAR to do with this rivalry is just pretend it don't exist or play it up.
Yeah.
Play it up on social media, something. But don't stop it. Stage 3, we had Corey LaJoy overdriving the car, getting loose, wrecked Riley Herbst.
Yep.
You know, I mean, this is where it got on that razor's edge. This is where everybody notched it up 3 times.
Yeah.
Corey was driving on the edge of out of control, got into Herbst, took him out.
Yep.
It happens. Eric Jones, he got over that line as well. He spins out. He didn't want to be outdone by his teammate.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
whoa,
John Hunter's been on TV for hitting the wall.
I got to get on. Yeah. Whoop. Turn right.
That Jones boy, I tell you, he's got to be related to Buckshot. Got to be. They might be distant cousins 2 times removed or something, but they got to be related. Buckshot hit the wall every week.
And you know what? You can count on Eric Jones almost every week to do the same.
It's almost like we have the Deegan caution in the Xfinity Series. We're going to start having the legacy cautions in the Cup Series because both of these guys are just, man, what's going on?
I know.
Who else? Christopher Bell not led the whole race. He dominated the whole race. Won stage 1.
Yep.
Won stage 2. Got back on some pit strategy. Had to work his way up through the field.
And
he lost it.
Lost it and ended his day.
Overdrove it, and he slapped the wall hard.
Yep. Chase Elliott,
another guy. Coming out turn 3.
Oh, got into the throttle too quick, I think, and spun it around.
I don't even think they sent him to the back. Like, I think he got some positions back there where he blended in the grass.
Yeah. He did that. Didn't he do that twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever. You know, he's driving hard.
Yeah.
And he lost it. I like that. I love to see these drivers drive on the edge of out of control and wreck.
Right.
You know they're driving on the edge of out of control and wrecking when you got Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell. I mean, you got 2 of the top talents in NASCAR wrecking and losing control.
And then that makes what the guys up front doing just that much more impressive.
Exactly. So, I mean, Chase Elliott, I was worried when he took off through the grass. I'm like, oh, man, he's going to hit something. Yeah. Because, you know, when they go through the grass and that splitter catches, it'll destroy the whole car. So.
And he did it twice and was okay.
Brad Keselowski, he's another one. Gets loose by himself. He hit the wall hard, too.
Yeah, it did.
So, but, you know, that Brad Keselowski wreck put him under caution. And then on live TV, NBC coverage, Carson Hocevar right hooks the 21 of Harrison Burton and spins him out.
Yep.
NASCAR said they didn't see it.
Like, what?
What do you mean you didn't see it?
Did anyone else? Nope, we didn't see nothing.
Oh, we didn't see nothing.
Sorry, who's the yellow 77?
I don't know what Carson Hocevar has on race control, but they let him get away with literally everything.
I know, right?
And I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. It's chaos. Bring it on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's a little dirty, shouldn't it?
Friday night in the Truck Series race, Lane Riggs ran into Stephen Parsons. I mean, direct lineup, bumper to bumper, just ran into him. NASCAR held him for 2 laps.
Oh, wow.
For reckless driving. Carson Hocevar
spins him around.
Hooks. Like,
yeah.
He turned into Harrison Burton, turned left, hit him, and spins him out. And he got nothing. If I'm Lane Riggs, I'm jumping up and down, screaming.
Right.
Like, what are y'all doing? Now, I understand race control on Friday and race control on Saturday are 2 different race controls, which, honestly, stupid.
Yeah.
I know you want to have a deep bullpen of people who can call your race. That's what NASCAR's excuse is on this, but you need the same person calling all 3. You can have 3 or 4 guys backing them up each week with them, sitting with them, training them, and then if you bring another guy in the next week, I think you should have the same team do the whole season, though.
Yeah.
I think this changing them out every race, every season, every series causes for this conversation right here.
Right. Why is NASCAR once again so consistent at being inconsistent?
The only thing they're consistent at is being inconsistent. That is a fact, week in and week out.
Ooh, that'd be a great T-shirt.
Yeah. So last 20, 30 laps of the race.
Really good.
You got Denny Hamlin on 4 tires chasing down Ross Chastain. I mean, I found myself watching their lap times and the interval the whole last 30 laps of the race. I'm like, this is great. Denny's catching him by this much each lap. You could see the interval going down.
Denny was just getting faster and faster.
And that was faster. But that's fun. That's racing. That's what I want to see.
Right.
And
it was like Kansas.
Exactly. And then Denny catches him and he can't get around him. He's working over Chastain. Just he goes high, he goes low, he can't get by him. He's trying to get Chastain to lose his line. I mean, Denny's doing everything he's supposed to do in that moment.
And eventually Chastain loses it.
And Denny gets by him.
Yep.
And I thought the race was over. I mean, 2 laps to go. I'm getting ready to text John. Yeah. Like, hey, I told you Denny was going to win it.
Yeah, because you called it last week.
2 laps to go, racing for dead last or something like that.
Gregson and Cindric.
Like, I don't understand this. Like, you're in the back. Is it that big of a deal to gain one more spot? Like,
on the last lap,
like
coming around turn 3, turn 4, whatever.
Denny's coming to get the white flag. He knows he's won this race. And here goes Austin Cindric.
I mean,
doing what Austin Cindric does.
So I know we talk about, we enjoyed the race. We enjoyed watching the chaos. But in those moments, like it does make me a little mad. Because, like, come on.
I would have personally been okay if the race ended with Denny winning because of I saw a good race. The end of that race was very compelling for me to still vote yes on the poll.
Yeah.
Not just the end. I mean, red flag to end was compelling enough for me to vote yes on the poll.
Yeah.
I would have been fully satisfied with the product I got if Austin Cindric would have never Austin Cindric did.
Right.
But he did. Like, all these people are so mad at NASCAR, complain to Austin Cindric and Noah Gragson. Be mad at them. It's their fault.
They wrecked.
These idiots in the back every single week. Like, it used to be a joke we'd make fun of on this show, the Rick Ware caution that came out at the end of every race. We're going to get a green, white checker because Rick Ware is going to do some Rick Ware stuff.
Yeah, but
they've improved.
now it's getting a little annoying.
It's pretty much everybody from 15th back can't drive anymore.
I know. And it's like, guys,
stop.
Come on. Like, you go through this entire race sucking, the entire race. And on the final lap, on the final turn, you're like, all right, let's turn it right, let's turn it left, and let's wreck, and let's go to green, white, checkered. Like, come on.
Yeah, it was highly disappointing what I saw at the end of that race. So they need to do better. That's all I'm saying. Just do better, guys. But that did set up for a history-making 5 green, white, checkered attempts.
Yep.
First time in NASCAR Cup Series it's ever happened. That's what I don't get. Everybody's so mad. Like, oh, my God, get rid of the green, white checkers. We had 5. That's way too many.
It's the first time ever.
You're mad because it happened once?
Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care that you're mad, okay? I don't care. Go back to your mom's basement. Cry me a river. I don't care. Like, I'm so sick and tired of the crap I've had to see on social media, the crap on XM radio. Everybody's so mad over this. Get over it.
It's one time.
If I'm supposed to accept that some tracks just suck, then you got to accept that every once in a while we have an entertaining race.
Yeah, so.
You NASCAR purist people, whatever you want to call yourself, like, there's no such thing as a NASCAR purist. We've never had pure racing. It's been 20-something years plus. Dale Earnhardt was still driving. Richard Petty was still driving the last time we had a purist-style race. So just get over the fact that it's changed. The NFL is nothing like it was back in the 80s.
No.
Baseball is nothing like it was back in the 90s. The NBA is nothing like it was back in the 70s. Get over it. NASCAR's changed too.
Right.
What we got is what we got.
Yeah. But anyways.
Green, white, checkered, number 1 try. Kyle Larson drives into the corner. I really think Kyle Larson was trying to wreck Denny here.
I do.
And he lost control and he hit Ross Chastain.
And then Busch.
Yeah. Then you had the Kyle Busch debacle. Like, what was that?
I have no idea.
How did he get his position back?
How did he get fourth back? Is what I want to know.
He's in the wall, people.
Like, does NASCAR feel that bad for Kyle Busch too? Like, I know every week something happens to Kyle Busch, and we get on here and talk about on this show how we feel bad for Kyle Busch. Now he should just retire because he's having one of the worst seasons we've ever seen. Does NASCAR feel that bad for him too? That they're just like, you can have your spot back.
I felt like that was NASCAR just giving him a hug.
I know, right? Like,
it's gonna be okay, buddy. Come on back up here to 4th.
And then Kyle Larson again messed up his opportunity and ran out of fuel.
Yep. No, that was green, white, checker. What?
Like 3?
Yeah. So then we had Chastain gets wrecked by Kyle Larson. That's number 1. Number 2, they made it almost a half a lap. That's where the guys in the back wrecked, like randomly. 6-car pileup at Nashville.
Yeah.
Back marker teams again. Like, it's just no respect at this point. Respect's out the window. That's number 2 attempt.
Yeah.
Number 3 attempt, Kyle Larson.
A lot of people start running out of fuel.
Like, if I'm Kyle Busch, I'm trying to find a voodoo doll on Kyle Larson. That should be a rivalry. Kyle Larson wrecked Chastain, almost taking Kyle Busch out. NASCAR hugs him and gives him his 4th place position back. Green, white, checkered, number 3. Kyle Larson runs out of gas. Kyle Busch checks up. Chase Elliott doesn't. Spins Kyle Busch out, putting him in the wall, ending his day. Like, I feel bad for Kyle Busch now. I do too.
I do. Like, literally every week, every single week, like something happens. That's
it's just to the point where you retire, right?
You got to quit. Like, I'm surprised he doesn't show up one week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting on him to just quit because I would.
I mean,
I would be. There's no way he's having fun. He's got to be miserable in this car each week.
The past 2 months for Busch,
the
whole season, but like I said, it feels like every week we get on here and something happens to Busch that is not his fault, and they end up finishing bad every week.
It's become a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
So then you had green white attempt number 4. That's the one where
Logano almost made it.
Yeah, Josh Berry gets wrecked. I think him and Ty Gibbs had a little altercation, maybe. I don't know.
It was something like the 21 got into someone, or someone got into 21 got into someone, and someone else.
Yeah, I mean, that was the restart. The 4th restart was when you could see cars just drastically dropping through the field. Like, phew, they're gone. They're out of gas. And then we had the 5th restart. I didn't think we were going to make – I mean, they were wrecking coming across the start-finish line at the end of the race.
I'm surprised they didn't call – I think they just wanted to end it.
Well, I mean, at the end of the race, when the checker flag came out, you could see cars spinning out through the grass.
But even on the white flag, on that restart, there were people wrecking.
Yeah, they just didn't want it to end. They were done. NASCAR was done. And I know Jamie was texting me. He was fired up at this point. Like, after number 3, he's like, these idiots can't drive. I got other stuff to do. They're wasting my night. I had nothing else to do. I'm here for the chaos.
Yeah.
I could have went 7. I mean, I will be honest. At number 4, I'm like, all right, guys.
Come on.
This is looking like the Xfinity or the Truck Series. Any more than this, we're going to be ARCA Series in it.
Yeah.
But number 5 comes out. Joey Logano holds off
Reddick, and Reddick was
I thought Reddick had him.
Oh, my God.
Thought he was going to get him.
I mean,
he should have got him.
Joey did everything right on that final restart because, I mean, Reddick had a full head of steam charging through, trying to get that win. And I watched it. I watched it earlier, and I thought he was going to – like, I knew he wasn't, but it sure looked like it.
I wish he would have got him.
Oh, that would have been
then
so
Joey
cool.
wouldn't have won.
Oh, that would have been
But like
cool.
I said before, I'm good with Joey winning. Like, it's amazing what Joey Logano and Paul Wolf were able to pull off.
Yeah.
Congratulations to them and the whole team. So the question has been posed on social media and on radio. Should NASCAR eliminate the green, white checkers and go back to ending it when it's at the scheduled distance? I mean, 300-lap race. We ran 50 extra miles, 31 extra laps yesterday.
Yeah.
Should NASCAR end it at 300 under yellow?
I don't think so.
Should they limit the green, white checkers?
No, I don't think so.
We agree. 100%. I agree with you.
This is like we said earlier, just a minute ago. This is the first time this has ever happened. We've never had this. This is the first time since green, white checkers, and since they've been unlimited, just as many times as it takes us. This is the first time we've had 5.
And I'm an all or nothing guy.
Yeah,
It's either leave it like it is or get rid of it completely. Look, we used to not have green, white checkers, and people complained about finishing under yellow. Then we had limited numbers. People complained. Then we had a stupid line drawn in the sand on the back straightaway. If they make this line, it's over.
yeah,
People complained. We went to unlimited. People were complaining. You're not ever going to make anybody happy.
no.
Like,
But I think this is the best we got.
I do too. I think currently our society is just so toxic that nobody's going to be happy anymore.
No.
NASCAR has brought a car that the fans don't like. NASCAR's delivering a product the fans don't like. The booth is not entertaining. Look, there's no personality. There's all kind of factors that have made people so angry you can't even enjoy the race. I thoroughly enjoyed yesterday's race.
I did too.
And I'm tired of complaining about it. NASCAR doesn't care.
Right.
The only person getting worked up is me. So why should I care? I don't care if your TV ratings tank. I don't care if your series goes away. I'm getting to that point. I just don't care. I'm going to watch it and I'm going to enjoy it for what it is. If I get bored, I'll turn it off.
Right. And I mean, I don't know. I just don't think anything's better than unlimited green, white checkered attempts.
I don't either.
I don't think ending under a caution. Like, could you imagine that? Like, you know, you got this good hard racing, or imagine, you know, it's right before Denny passes Chastain, right? And then Cindric wrecks right before Denny passes him, and then Chastain just wins off caution. Like, no one's gonna be happy with that.
I don't have to imagine it. I remember the days of NASCAR when we had Daytona 500s ending under caution. You had all kind of races ending under caution back in the day. I remember those days. It sucked.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No, not at all. Like, the Indy 500 has red flags on last lap to get the final lap in to finish under checkered.
Yeah.
But they're not going to add any more to their distance. We're willing to do that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Teams are okay with that. Is it embarrassing? Yeah, maybe a little bit, but not to me as a fan.
No.
Just to the drivers and their crew chiefs and their spotters.
Yeah, but just go. Like, I love the fact that we just go as long as we have to till someone wins. Because I mean, you know what? Sure, that adds a little bit. I was thinking about it. You know what Logano and his crew chief did, and Wolf did, phenomenal. I mean, they were in like mid pack all day, so they weren't winning that race on a typical finish. But I was thinking about, you can't bank, or you can't try and be like, all right, if we for whatever reason get 5 green, white checkers, this is our strategy. Like, you can't bank on that. But I think the fact, like, if it happens, which it doesn't happen often, obviously it's the first time ever, then sure, let's leave it up to chance. Why not? One race. Let's if it's one race ever, once a decade or whatever, that we
once a season, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, like, if it's one race we have to leave up to chance, who cares? It's entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, if you got a problem with it, don't watch it. Just like I said, if the race is too boring, turn it off. Complaining does nothing.
No.
If you got a problem with what you saw Sunday, turn it off. Don't watch anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody cares what your complaint is. That's what I'm getting at. It's not that the fans don't care, because the fans absolutely are passionate about NASCAR.
Yeah.
NASCAR, the TV networks, the decision makers, they don't care what we think as fans. So stop complaining, guys.
Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, let's just try to make the best of what we got.
Let's have fun.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, Bills Mafia, we ain't won a Super Bowl. we lost 4 in a row, actually, but we still have fun.
Right.
That's why it's the happiest fan base. It seems that way, at least. I feel like we're happy. But it's because we have fun. Just have fun. It is what it is. Have fun.
Yeah.
Quit getting so worked up. Leave that up to Jeff and Jordan.
They're very good at that.
So, what else you got this week? Anything?
I don't know.
Did I miss anything?
No, I don't think so.
You just watched the race. It's real fresh in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that wasn't in the notes was Kyle Busch getting his spot back, but we talked about that anyway.
Yeah, so Saturday or this weekend, we're in Chicago street course racing for the 4th of July. 4th of July is on Thursday this week, but it's 4th of July weekend this weekend. Chicago, 4:30 p.m. and it is a street race. It will be on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going SVG 2 times. What do you think?
I agree with that. Yeah,
we're both picking SVG. So
I would love to see SVG win.
I would too. I'm kind of excited about the street course race. I did look. I don't see rain in the forecast. I'd like to see them race it on the dry course. You know, give us a full shot. They called the race early last year because it was getting dark. I mean, let's see the whole thing.
Right.
Let's see what these guys really got. Let's see what kind of racing we really get on a street course. This will be the test this year.
Yeah.
This year sucks, then we probably don't need to keep doing it. But let's see what happens. So other than that, that's really all I got this week.
Yeah, no.
So thanks to everyone who listens, watches, shares the show on social media. We greatly appreciate you. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our other videos and our shorts. Check us out on Spotify. Follow us and rate us there as well. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review like Brandon did. Sydney also left us a review as well. So thank you to Brandon and Sydney. You're helping other people find this show by leaving reviews. The more reviews we get, the more we show up on the search. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe to us on YouTube Music as well. If you feel the need, you're more than welcome to email us. Our email is racecarbackwardspod, that's P-O-D, @gmail.com. And make sure to check out our partners at Designed by Sydney. She'll take care of you on all your graphic designs and needs. Other than that, y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.